going.
They'll never know the beginning of this podcast episode.
They'll never know. That's how you should start it. They'll never know the beginning.
They'll never know the beginning of this podcast episode because
And
why?
then,
I edited it.
and then start with the intro again.
I'm gonna be like the priest at church. Welcome back to another podcast episode of Are We Nerds Podcast with your favorite host, Emily and
Emily. We got that down.
That was sacrilege, but kind of sacri-cool. Today, speaking about church, just like how Jesus was resurrected, so are some of these anime, y'all. It's kind of crazy.
Where are you going with that?
I had a thought, and I said it, and it makes sense.
It does.
Period. But yeah, so today we're going to be discussing animes from like the 2010s that are like making a comeback. And also we're going to be listing and discussing animes we think deserve more seasons. Because they do. We need it. We need to see
100%.
it.
100%.
Well, I guess animes from the 2010s that I guess are the most popular that are like making a comeback are Blue Exorcist and Kimi ni Todoke. Girl, when you sent me the announcement for Kimi ni Todoke, when I think Adrian sent me something or like someone sent it in the Discord, I was like one of the first things I saw that morning, I screamed.
See, I saw it on TikTok and I was like, and then immediately texted you about it because I was like, because here's my thing about Kimi ni Todoke. I love Kimi ni Todoke. If you've listened to our past podcast episodes, you would know that Emily's favorite shoujo of all time is Kimi ni Todoke. The anime, I did not get to that point because, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Kimi ni Todoke, Nathan was so mad when I said this the other day. He's like, spoiler, and I was like, it's a shoujo anime, manga, whatever. I was upset that because it cut off in the second season, we didn't see their like relationship arc, and I really wanted to see, because it took 2 whole seasons for them to finally get together, even though everyone knew they were like going to be together, and then it just ends there and we don't see any of their like the relationship arc, which I think is the more fun arc.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it like isn't one of my favorite shoujo animes, but I could definitely see that changing with the new season. But I do really love the manga because I've read the whole manga and it's so good.
Chef's kiss.
So good. I just love when they go into like the dating arcs. Like, show me. I you know how people are sucker for like the slow burn, slow love, like get to that part. I want to see them dating. I just let them get together. I know they're gonna get together. Just do that. I want to see them together.
No, literally, because it was like the build up to the relationship, but like build up. Honestly, at this end of season 2, it was like build up to what?
Exactly.
We'll never know.
Okay, this is more of a spoiler. You don't even get to see them kiss in like the first 2 seasons.
Ugh, criminal.
And they do in the manga.
Yeah.
But they never do. That was my problem with Kimi ni Todoke.
You know what's another
it
anime?
wasn't really a problem because it was a really good series, right. And but like when I compare it to other shoujos that I have that are like, that is my favorite, which would be Fruits Basket. We all know shoujo, Fruits Basket, my favorite. Duh. But Kimi ni Todoke, I love, but it just, I've missed. We were robbed of not getting to see their dating arc, and now we are being rewarded for 13 years of waiting.
You know what's another shoujo that just like I was reminded of this because it was like unfinished? Mm-hmm. Blue Spring Bride. Like it's not in my list of like what we're gonna talk about that needs to come back, but like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, bitch.
I stopped watching Blue Spring Bride after the first episode because I knew they obviously got together. Again, it's a shoujo. I know they're getting together. But I stopped. Oh, I didn't know that our mics could do that.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, I didn't know that.
Crazy.
Anyway, I stopped watching it because I looked up. I was like, oh, do they get together like the first season? Because if there's no resolution to the buildup, I just get annoyed and I'm anxious and I don't like it. And then I saw that they didn't get together in the anime and I dropped. And I read the manga and it's really, really good. But I was like, nope, they don't get together. I don't care.
Oh, there's an anime like that I watched. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I hope someone comments it. Um, I don't know, monthly something. It's like a slice of life low-key romance. The dude draws manga and the girl she wears like a bow.
I don't know that. I know what you're talking about though. I don't know the name of it.
That's good enough for me right now. Someone commented and like they don't get together. And it's not even like they don't get together like where like they like each other. And they've admitted that and like but they just haven't gotten into a relationship. It's just like never is brought up. And I'm just like, I watched this for what?
It's like I don't mind the tension. I don't live for the tension and the buildup like other people do, but I don't mind it as long as there's a resolution.
I need my happy ending.
I do. I need justice to be served.
Why call it romance if it's not? Yeah, that kind of makes me go feral.
Yeah. But another example of an anime that has come back is Thousand Year Blood War arc, Bleach.
Yes.
Bleach 1000 Year Blood War arc. The Bleach aired until March 2012, I think.
Yes.
Which is crazy. We were 12 years old. So, and mind you, we're 20. I almost said we're 22. We're 23.
Sometimes I forget how old I am.
I
feel 20.
I don't know what age I feel. I feel not real. So.
That's weird. Yeah, I feel that.
So it came back when we were 22, and the last time it aired was when we were 12. So that was 10 years until the last arc of literally one of the big three aired. So it can come back. Anime's adaptations can come back. And you know what anime adaptation can come back? And I'm not going to get into it because it deserves a whole separate episode within itself. So this is not on my list. But just know, I will never discuss animes coming back without discussing Noragami Season 3. Oh my god. Y'all, I think the day that, because I'm not even going to say when they announced Noragami Season 3. You know, Mob Psycho ended. So Studio Bones has one less anime on their list. If Bleach can come back after 10 years, Kimi ni Todoke after 12, Blue Exorcist after 8 or something?
Well, with Blue Exorcist, because it's kind of weird, because there's one season, but then there's a mini season thing that came out a couple years later, but it's just called the Kyoto series or something like that.
Anyway, my point still stands. If these animes can come back because their mangas are finished or close to being finished, is Blue Exorcist manga finished?
No, but
okay.
From what they left off at season 2 or season 1, because the Kyoto stuff is in the middle. It's so weird. It's season 1,
yeah,
and then there's Kyoto, what happens in the manga, and then the rest of season 1. But the Kyoto thing, animation wise, came out 2017 when season 1 was done airing in 2011.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird. But if things from 2011, and mind you, Blue Exorcist, out of any anime, Noragami can make a comeback. Noragami should make a comeback.
So even though it is not on my list, just know it's always in the back of my mind.
And in my
It's not even in the back of my mind. It's in the front of my mind. Every day I wake up and I say a little prayer that we're going to get an announcement from Noragami Season 3. I don't care what studio animates it. Studio Bones, you're done with Mob Psycho. You can definitely pick up Noragami. But if that's not the case, I don't care who does it. Just someone give me Season 3.
bright. It's
But that again, Noragami will have its own separate episode because I need to rewatch this beautiful, magnificent series to discuss it.
I
Yes,
need to
okay.
like reread the manga for it because like I think I had tried my best to keep up with it a couple years ago,
Okay.
and then I
I
and
just
then
wanted
I
to see if you would do it.
and then I just like kind of gave up. But it was also getting kind of confusing. So
Yeah.
it's
But let's
done.
get into our actual list. Emily, do you want to start with your first one?
You know what's kind of funny? You wrote out your like, I mean, obviously it's not like top 3, but like just 3,
Mhm.
and they're all like in rating order from like lowest rating on my anime list to highest rating, which is kind of funny.
That is kind of funny.
Coinky dink, I don't know.
Think, think.
But starting at my number 3, I got, or the anime that I think deserves more seasons because the manga is so good. It's popping off. It's so good. Is Kono Ono Tomare. I love this one. I mean, like, if you like music, if you're like into sports anime where you just like seeing people compete and stuff like that, like this is the kind of show for you. Also, if you like romance and stuff like that, this is the anime for you. I highly recommend that you watch this. And I think I recommended it to Adrian because I don't know if he's seen it yet, but he should watch it. Adrian, you should watch it. This aired April to June 2019, so it's like not. It barely made it to 2010s, but yeah, April to June 2019. It's drama, romance, music, all great genres. I've never heard of Studio Platinum Vision, but they did a good job with like the first and second season. Oh, mind you, and it's 2 seasons, so we got that. Each are 13 episodes for the seasons, but I was kind of shocked that my anime list rating for season 1 was a 7.9 because I was like, first season was pretty good. But then the second season aired from October to December 2019, also 13 episodes. I was also kind of shocked that it had an 8.4 rating. I was like, oh, that's pretty good for an anime that people don't like really know about.
Yeah, and where can people watch this?
I think I argued it, but I believe you can watch this on Hulu. Don't hold me to it, but I believe you can watch it on Hulu. Or if anything, it could be on Crunchyroll.
Oh, me, I'm like,
you know, or whatever means necessary. I'm like, I forgot I had Crunchyroll on my phone, so I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, you can watch it on Crunchyroll.
Perfect.
There you go. But yeah, highly recommend that anyone watches this. Like, I don't even know. It's like the manga right now is so good because, spoiler alert, I mean, if you're dealing with any club that competes in anything, or like sport that competes in anything, like eventually your story and your characters are going to get to nationals. It's just the trope of, it's just what you do. It's just what happens. So like right now they're at nationals and it's getting crazy. But like in the anime, you get to listen to such like beautiful Japanese like music. And it's just so good. And the characters are like so heartwarming. But what I like about this is that it doesn't follow the storyline. Like the main character isn't a girl, it's a guy. And he's seen as like the delinquent. And he like, it's just him falling in love with the, I forget the instrument. It's the bing ding ding. Not the harp. The one that, the instrument where it lays flat and you pick at it. I'll get back to you on what it's called.
Okay.
You go to your number 3. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Well, my number 3, I'm not going to speak. I feel like for my 2 and 3 that I have on here, I don't want to go too in depth about because they are more well-known animes / series. I feel like my number 1 is one that kind of runs under the radar. What is it?
It's literally called the Koto.
Oh.
Here's a picture.
Oh.
Very beautiful instrument.
Very beautiful. But yeah, so my 2 and 3, I feel like they are more popular series, and I don't have to say too much about why they should come back. I think everyone collectively agrees. So I'm gonna just quickly run through my 3rd one, and then obviously you do. I'm gonna quickly run through those 2, and then my 1st one is the one that I'm. But my 3rd one is Yuri on Ice. We were promised a movie. We didn't get a movie. Anyway, it aired from October to December 2016. 2016 was an awful year to be an American, so this just gave us some light throughout the darkness, because Yuri is the light in the darkness. It's the genre is sports. Award-winning is what
I got all these stats from my anime list. So when I was writing out the genres, and it was like award-winning, I was like, okay, but 8
sports. And then the studio is MAPPA. It keeps taking anime adaptations, so I don't know why you can't do anything for Yuri on Ice. And it has 11 episodes. And the My Anime List rating, now I was actually kind of shocked, it's a 7.9. Is it because they're gay?
Is this a hate crime?
Is this like for real? Is it because they kiss?
I don't know what beef there may be with this low of a rating. Maybe they have beef that it wasn't long enough. Maybe, which I could get. There should be more. I was kind of shocked looking at it again that it was 11 episodes. And I was like, swear to God, it was like 12 or 13.
I didn't feel like it was rushed.
No.
I felt like it was very well paced.
Yeah. I felt like it for it being 11 episodes, I felt like you got enough of like that set timeline that like everything felt okay. Because obviously it starts off with like, you don't need to know that he's like a super famous skater or like get into like his skating life, because like it automatically just starts with him being a pro skater. But he's just having a little oof moment, you know? Then also, he meets Victor.
Also the choreography, the ice skating choreography and the way it's animated is beautiful. Definitely recommend.
What is she talking about? the choreography.
I got distracted because Nathan sent in our Pogo group chat 2 shinies he got, so I was like, what can he get? And I got distracted. But yes, it's beautiful. Definitely recommend. Obviously, it's MAPPA, so the animation is gorgeous. MAPPA, please tell me that you are treating your employees well.
No.
And yeah.
You know what I feel like I heard? I don't know if this is true, but if it is true, cheese me session real quick. I heard that in an interview thing that the MAPPA dude, whichever one of the higher ups, was just like, there's just not like funding for it because there's not enough like movement behind it. There's not enough like backing for it, so we're not gonna like fund it. And I was just like, you're telling me, you know how crazy the Yuri on Ice fandom was in 2016? You don't think those people are still here waiting? And then how dare you if you say, oh, there's not enough movement behind it, there's not enough funding for it? How dare you do a freaking trailer for the Adolescence movie? Like, why would you make that and put it out and then just go, you know what, actually we're not going to do that? I would rather there have been no movement to any movie at all. That's what makes me mad. Because you wiggled the little dollar in my face and said, oh, grab it. And I'm like, trying to grab it, and you're like, oh, no, just kidding, you can have it. And I'm just like, you know what? Why would you do that?
Literally, I will never I know it's not just us, but I know the whole Yuri on Ice fandom. Anyone who slightly enjoyed the series will never shut up about how it deserves more because there was more to the series. Anyway, let me not get off on a tangent. Horanghe.
But the thing is, I have one last thing. What makes the movie appealing and why people want it is it's because it's about Victor's time when he was ice skating professionally.
Yeah.
And you're not going to give that to me? I deserve it.
I deserve it.
Anyways.
Period. What's your number 2, Emily?
My number 2. I feel like it's known. I wouldn't say well known, but I feel like in our group at least, like, I was going to say a majority of our group has seen it, and I feel like it's just been you.
I was like, it's me, just been you and I.
And Adrian. I don't know who else has seen Run with the Wind. That's the anime I'm talking about that deserves more. But I think you can agree with me that it deserves more. But yeah. So this came out October 2018 and then finished in March 2019. Obviously, Run with the Wind. It's sports. But there's...
Big sport.
You know, I wasn't that shocked when it said drama because, like, you know, it was, like, very, like, dramatic at the end at least. But I was just like, oh. It's Studios Production IG. There's 23 episodes, and the My Anime List... I spoke too fast for my brain, in my mouth. I was like, blah, blah, blah. My Anime List rating is 8.39. But, you know, let's raise it to 8.4.
Aren't aware, Production IG is the same studio that animated and is currently animating Haika.
Oh, you know, honestly, I didn't know that, so thank you for that fact.
Yes, you did. I've definitely told you at least 4 times.
You know, and maybe some part of me did, but the me now.
And we definitely talked about this when we did our sports episode, and we talked about Run with the Wind. And I'm actually 99.9% sure that you were the one who told me about that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. That was a long time ago.
That was a year ago.
Exactly. Emily, I don't know what I did last week.
That's fair. But anyway.
I'm not mad with the rating.
I feel like My Anime List is hard because it's so many people that use My Anime List that it's hard to get. I mean, I personally would give it like a 9 out of 10.
Me too.
So I don't think the 8.4 is too far off, but...
Here's my thing. You watch Haiku, right? You're like, dang, I have a hole in my heart. I have a hole in my soul. I need something to fill the void. Run with the Wind appears into your life, and you're like, hey, I love sports anime. And, you know, this is kind of different. They're in college, and they're running. And the premise of it, how people get into the running club, that's funny, silly, goofy. You watch it, you fall in love with it. The ending is dramatic, tear-jerking, fantastic, phenomenal, movie-worthy. And then you're just like, that's it?
Yeah, I would say for me, when it comes to wanting more Run with the Wind content, something I would really like is to see kind of a background of the main characters' like high school days. I think even that would be cool because they like dip their toe into what happened when he was in high school. But I think like a backstory of him would be cool, and then also obviously what happens to the team after this like third years graduate would be, or not third years, the college,
or even them getting into a higher professional field of running, because it's like cross country running. So like, you know, and I think, I don't know if I'm just making this up or whatnot, but like obviously with races that they do, you can compete in specific races, and the time that you get can qualify you for Olympics. And I think that was one of the races where you could qualify for Olympics, or some of the athletes in the colleges were training for the Olympics and being on the national team. So, like, I would like to see more of that, because obviously, spoiler, like, in the Haiku universe, you get to that field. I would love to see more of the professional field in anime, like, sports genre. Or
Yeah.
like even what I would like to see more that I think could do successfully, like Free, they go into every grade. You're in elementary school, you get some elementary school with them, middle school, high school, college, and pro. I'm just like, if Free can do it, anyone can do
You
it.
do
And so,
it.
like, with Run with the Wind, even if they were, like, still competing in college, I would love to see, like, incoming freshmen, new people joining the team. Because, obviously they're competing, this whole team, their school, people that go to their school are probably seeing, this happen and, like, their results. Or people transferring, whatnot, that type of thing. It could work. I mean, like, I would definitely be pushing content. Like, if they were just like, yeah, season 2 Run with the Wind, like, I was gonna say I would be shoving that down people's throats. I would be pro, like, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch
Trying
it.
to get Nathan to watch it and also Trisha, but I will say, even though we do say it fills the void of Hayaka, it's not the same.
Right.
It is definitely much more mature than Hayaka is, and that makes sense because they're in college. So don't go into Run with the Wind expecting it to be like this silly, like it has its silly, goofy moments,
But not like Hayaka does.
but not like Hayaka does. So it is beautiful and a work of art within itself. But do not go in with the expectation that it is like very similar to Hayaka. They do have similarities, but they're not the same.
I think what I mean when I say that it fills the void that Haiku does is that, like, when I was watching it, the, like, intensity and, like, the anxiety that you feel watching matches, being excited to see your favorite characters succeed, or, like, kind of freaking out when something's not going right, or just seeing their growth, you get that from what you see in Haiku over, like, 80-something episodes. You can still get that and still feel that way with only the 23 episodes of Run with the Wind.
No, I agree with you,
Yeah,
and I
no,
get that. Just
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, obviously, it's not silly goofy like Haiku, where it's like even with the goofy, but like the seriousness. You get a little bit of that in Run with the Wind, but it's still more mature. But that's also just due to like how the characters are in Run with the Wind.
It's your favorite character.
Who's my favorite character? Mine was the captain. I can't remember his name, but like I literally fell in love with his being in the first episode.
It's so cool.
And it was so, oh my god, the ending, I was just like, this.
Tears.
Yeah,
tears. I love the ending. Yeah. My favorite character is Prince. If you know, you know.
Prince was so fun to watch, though.
I love Prince. Okay, moving on to my number 2. Again, this is a more well-known series. The manga is complete. So, Wotakoi, Love is Hard for an Otaku. It aired April to June 2018. It's a romance / kind of slice of life. It's from A1 Pictures. It has 11 episodes, and the rating is 7.94, which is a disgusting rating for it. That is criminal.
5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, give it a rest. It's 8.
I know what some people are gonna say. There's OVAs. Some of the other manga got adapted in other. I don't care.
Be gone.
I want a whole season because they're so. Oh my god, the manga is so good, and
if a new season,
by how good the manga is.
If you animate a new season of Wotakoi, you could revive Emily and her soul. New season. Aww.
It's just so fun to watch. It's fun to read. And I don't think anyone would complain about seeing the rest of the manga adapted. Again, yes, I know there are OVAs, and I know they are directly from the manga. I have watched them. Rest assured, I have watched them. But I want to see the whole thing. The whole 9 yards. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I still have to watch the OVA of those 2 characters. Totally blanking on their name. But I also did ARC this. I watched this during the pandemic, and I literally finished it in one night. And I just loved watching it because I was like, damn, She's like me.
It's so fun.
For real, for real.
It's so fun. I loved it.
And this is the type of anime where I'm just
joy
like,
to watch.
the second couple is my favorite. Like, obviously, love the first couple. Love them. But the second couple, I was just like, yeah, need that. I was just like, they're so funny. They're so goofy. They're just like playful and like hate each other, but like love each other. It's just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see, their story be animated.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about Wotakoi, because there's no difference of opinion. If you don't think it deserves more, then you're wrong. And you're entitled to your wrong opinion, and that's okay. It's like my favorite dance mom said, like Holly, she's like, you're entitled to your wrong opinion, and that's fine.
I like what Eugene says, where he's like, I'm right, you're wrong, shut up.
Literally.
Okay, this is my last rec, but this is one I really want you to watch.
Don't get too into details about this one, because this is on my watch list and I want to watch it.
It's okay. It's okay. I won't, because one, like, it's been a long time since I watched this. Yeah. But if y'all know about Yona of the Dawn, you know that it's criminal that there is no new animation for it. Criminal. This aired October 2014, finished March 2015. Genres: action, adventure, fantasy, romance. How does that not sound exciting all bundled together? Like, you know what I mean? And then studio, it's Pierrot. There's 24 episodes. And this is honestly kind of criminal. I would give it more than this, but the My Anime List rating is 8.03. I would at least give it an 8.5. But y'all, if you read the manga where like this season's left off, when I'm telling you that this is let me not cuss. This is a freaking roller coaster of emotions and intensity and steamy, well, not steamy, like it could be, but like the buildup of romance between the two like main characters, it's literally mind blowing. And like, why would you not want to animate that? And I know that there is traction for Yona of the Dawn, because I'd be seeing TikToks of like chapter updates, and I'm telling you, it's like 50,000 plus likes on it. Tons of interaction with it. And I think TikTok does have a big role in a role in when it comes to like studios or like, just people seeing like what people want, what that type of thing. And like, I just need people to pick up more of the manga or something, but I don't know if it's in print actually.
In print it is. I've seen it in print.
Yeah. Like, I know I see it in stores, but like, I don't know if it's like they're printing new stuff or whatnot. I don't know. But anyways, Yona of the Dawn, like, it's crazy. Emily, you would love it. It's like,
I know. I want to see it.
I was trying to think of animes that you could like blend together.
That's why I was like, please do not get too in, because this is like the next romance.
No,
adventure.
I've been thinking about what I was going to tell you. Okay, I've been thinking about this all day, like why you would like it. If you love a strong female character like Kagome, where she like takes the lead and she doesn't let a man tell her like what to do, and like is like warrior princess, Yona, like, it's insane. And the politics that go behind like what happens in the story, it's like gets pretty mature at times, and I think that's just like what makes it so appealing. But also there's like dragons. Who doesn't love dragons? You know what I mean?
I love dragons.
So it's just like, I'm honestly kind of shocked that like they, and I don't know how like it was at the time when it was coming out, like how big it was, but honestly there's a fan base for it that's still active when this has been done since 2015. And obviously, people are still like, and I guess with the revival of like anime watching, or like more people into the community when like COVID happened, like people started branching out to like other shows and probably stumbled upon Yona of the Dawn. But like, we're here, we're loud, and we deserve a new season, especially with like how much manga is not adapted, but like out now.
Yeah.
That could be said with like all of these. Well, Run with the Wind, I don't think has a manga, but I think it was a book. Doesn't
Yuri
matter.
on Ice is also not a manga.
Doesn't matter. The ones that are manga adaptations, there's chapters. You can animate, and there's fan bases. Watch it, read it, build attraction, make them animate it. That's all I gotta say.
My last one, I actually haven't read the manga. I do believe there is more than what the anime let off at. But
So.
even if there isn't, you know, Horimiya, they covered the whole manga in one season, but then obviously they had to come back and do more because they skipped some parts in the manga. I'm sure that can be said about this series as well. This is a lesser known series. It is one of my absolute favorites. It's actually one of the first animes I ever watched. Thank you to Emily. And it is Barack Obama, aka that's what Emily and I call it. It's Barakamon. Barakamon.
Yeah.
It's about a calligraphy writer. It's so good. It aired in July to September of 2014. It's a slice of life cinema with a K. Citrus is the studio. There's 12 episodes and the rating is 8.3.8. I'd give it like an 8.5, 9 out of 10.
It's like
It's beautiful.
The anime you need when like you're feeling down.
It's just so uplifting.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like found family in a way.
Yeah.
It's
and
just
also
so
like
cute.
you can relate to the main character's struggles.
Yeah.
And you know, of course we love dragons and we love fighting demons and doing all that stuff, spirits, but I think sometimes you really just need to see something like a real person going through real things and how they're really dealing with it. And that is why I love the slice of life genre. And that is why I love this anime. And I would love to see more of it. I'm sure there's things that were left out in the manga. I'm assuming there's other chapters. Even side stories. Like, I would love to see side stories. It's just a feel good slice of life that I feel like deserves more recognition, deserves to be watched. I believe you can watch it on. I don't remember where I watched it, but I watched it somewhere.
Let me see if it's
legally.
on Crunchyroll.
So it might have been Crunchyroll.
Barack Obama.
Or it might have been Funimation when before like Crunchyroll and Funimation.
It is on Crunchyroll.
Gonna watch it.
You know what else is on Crunchyroll? Yona of the Dawn. I'm taking forever to.
You should definitely watch it. It's so comforting. If you ever need anything to just like lift your spirits, it does kind of get a little, I don't want to say sad, but there is like a dramatic moment in the end of the season, but it's good. It's like a good dramatic moment, and it's a good quick resolution. So definitely recommend watching it. I kind of really want to rewatch this because I remember loving it so much when I watched it. But do recommend, and I would love to see more content from this series.
Me too. It was so good. It's like one that like just sticks in your head, even if you don't like really remember like what happens in the episodes, because that tends to happen to me when it comes to like slice of life, just because it's so like daily, you know, activities and stuff like that happening. But like it's still one where I've watched this years ago, like when I was in high school, which is years ago. But like I still know that like this was a really good like heartfelt like anime that just made me feel like nice, because sometimes you do need a break from like all the crazy animation that you're watching, like, you know, crazy stuff like One Piece or, you know, Naruto, whatever else other shonen. Sometimes you gotta step away from shonen. Sometimes you gotta step away from shoujo because you're like kind of tired of romance. Sometimes you have to step away from whatever other genre.
It's a perfect anime whenever you're like in an anime funk, because it's a low commitment, low stakes, but also very high stakes in the sense that it feels very real, and comforting, easy show to watch. And again, would love more content from it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. I can't think of any more off the top of my head, like honorable mentions, except like Blue Spring Ride. Because where they left off in the anime makes no freaking sense. Anyways, don't want to get too much into that. But yeah, that's our suggestions of like what we think should be brought back. If you agree with what we have put down, let us know. If you have other suggestions that you think, let us know. Comment them below. Comment them in the Discord. Um, I think we have our September schedule, which is kind of funny. Guys, we're kind of coming back on a schedule for releases. Ooh, not set dates, but like set weekends, you know? Because life is still crazy, but not as crazy. Obviously, this episode, this first weekend. I believe we agreed we're taking a break next weekend, the second week. And because I have a presentation. Oh, and then Emily's doing something fun at school. Third weekend. You got your favorite roomies.
I do. My two of my roomies are gonna be on an episode, and we're gonna do an episode together because Emily's gonna be up in DC, so you get to deal with me for that week and get to hear my roomie's favorite animes. And I think it'll be really interesting because obviously, like Trisha and I's anime like taste and our anime taste is very similar, but I think Avery's is very different. So I'm excited to see like the list.
I'm excited to see that too because I just like, to me, when I have no idea what she's seen. The only stuff that I know that she has like watched that I've seen her watch is Nana. So I'm just like, I feel like her stuff is so niche. Or like Nana's not really like niche, but like I'm just so curious to see what she's seen or like what's in her top like animes because I'm like, I have no idea.
But I honestly don't either. Like I know some things that she's seen because she's seen quite a bit. But if I can like I can't pinpoint exactly. Like with Trisha, I can't pinpoint a top 5, but I can pinpoint like a general idea. But I'm curious. I'm curious. And then the week after, we're doing something.
Oh yeah. We're kind of like continuing this topic of like what needs to be adapted. We're talking about manga that we think deserve anime adaptations. And honestly, I've been brainstorming.
I'm brainstorming.
All the
I got 3 already.
Oh, I have 2, and they're both romance. See, that's the thing.
All
like
3 of mine are romance.
That's I'm having a moment. I'm having one of those moments.
I'm having one of those moments. Here.
I'm like that.
I'm gonna text them to you when we get off.
That manga about time travel plus delinquent. It's gonna be like total 180 to like compared. First I had to figure out what this is. I read it. Don't know the name.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, but it is a very interesting concept. It gives like Tokyo Revengers, but to me way cooler. Like the main characters are way cooler. But yeah. Yeah, and then like October is gonna be coming around, but we're gonna be super busy. I feel
we're gonna talk about Death Note.
Oh God, I have to finish that. Oh, y'all! Somebody yell at me to finish Death Note. Like it's just like I feel like I'm dragging. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? Like it's.
I get it, but we need to finish it so we can have a nice conversation with Trisha about it.
It's like I feel bad that I don't like it.
Don't feel bad that you don't like it. I like it, but
I know that I'm entitled to my own opinion. But I feel like when I say I don't like Death Note, people shame me. They're like, boo, tomato, tomato. And I'm just like, please don't throw a tomato at me. But yeah.
I'm innocent.
And then AWA, oh my God, Halloween, bats.
I know, I just finally got like, I'm going to show you this later after we get off. Like, everything I got for my cosplays. I'll show you when we get off. But yes.
Ooh, to end it, do you want to say like this isn't like, I feel like finalized because like stuff could happen, but do you want to announce like kind of what we're probably doing for AWA
Yes.
cosplay wise?
So for one of the days, we're gonna do Karasuno, which is gonna be so fun. Can you guess by my hair who I'm gonna be?
Yeah, can you guess who I'm gonna be from Karasuno?
And then also by my height. I know that you guys don't know my height. Just know I'm short.
I'm tall.
And then another day we are gonna do Bleach.
Oh yeah, right.
Who am I doing for Bleach?
I can't forget. I can't remember her name. She's
Oh, I remember.
Right.
Bambita.
I'm gonna be
from the Quincy. Her outfit is cool and she's crazy, but she's a badass.
I'm blanking. Not on my Bleach person. I'm gonna be Urahara. Don't confuse him with Uno Hana. That kind of irks me now. Like, since we've been talking about it, I'm just like, I hate that their names are similar. Like, that's so man, what's the other thing I was gonna be? What's my fourth?
And then you're gonna be Zoro.
Yeah, I got dude from Karasuno, Zoro, Urahara.
Oh, Killua.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be Killua. Y'all, I might be a poser, but don't yell at me. It's
gonna be cute though, because I'm gonna be gone, and there's gonna be Killua, and then my roommate Trisha is gonna be Kurapika. So it's gonna be cute.
Yeah, I'm like
she'll watch more.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch more because like I'm not gonna let myself like. To me,
especially with Hunter x Hunter, because it's such a popular series.
Yeah, I probably won't be finished with it by the time of October, but I'll be like more than 9 episodes in. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But like I'm doing it for Emily.
Thank you.
And I have a white wig. And I have like basically his whole fit. Like I have Killua's fit in my closet.
So might as well. And then the last person that I am doing is the Surgeon of Death.
Room.
Water Law. Room.
Speaking about Law, I really wanted to edit you doing Room, because when in the vlog, which you guys should go check out, our latest one, when you're in the bathroom, you're just like, watch One Piece. I really wanted to do that, but it cut off, so there wasn't enough time, and I was like, ah.
Oh, dang. I'll know for next time, don't worry.
You'll be like,
no. I have to figure out if I want to do his fake tattoos or if I want to draw them.
I thought Room was like this.
Talk about that.
I thought this was Shambles.
Oh, it is. You're right. Room. Shambles.
You gaslighted me.
I'm a poser. I'm a fucking poser. Anyway, on that note, we will see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. And thank you guys for almost 200 subscribers. Also, Emily and I are getting matching tattoos at the end of the month, so we'll vlog that. And yeah.
Woo.
Bye.
Woo. Woo. Bye. Woo. 사랑해.
사랑해. Apologies. I'm so tired.
I was like, she's kind of going Delulu. She's kind of going crazy. What?